Grand day, amazing souls. How are you feeling? So, it's early. It's really early. And sun just came up not too long ago. However, I'm sitting in the house and I'm sitting in meditation. Did I say how y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? How are y'all feeling? I tell you what, I tell you how I'm feeling. This energy feels kind of heavy today. And it's like, it's heavy, but it's nothing that I cannot handle, right? But it's heavy. So I'm in the house and I'm in meditation and I start thinking the relationships that I've endured throughout my life has been very, very challenging. Now I always talk about um, my numerology chart. I study numbers. I love studying numbers. You know, it's just my thing. If y'all want to know more about your birth chart, look it up, or you can email me or message me. Um, for a donation, I will go over your birth chart your numerology chart with you. Anyway, um, so I was taking a look at the relationship with my mom because that was always very important for me. I'd never been able to build or create a bond with my mom, which has always um, bothered me. And I will even go to say that it's nine of us. So I was kind of jealous of the relationship my mom had with one of my younger siblings by another dad. And that has always rubbed me the wrong way or made me feel unwanted, unloved. Um, it always made me feel like an outside, an outcast, right? And another one of my siblings, she always expressed that she felt like she was hated by our mom and even developed some kind of imbalanced feelings towards my mom. With me, I did develop imbalanced feelings towards my mom, with my mom, especially because, you know, my dad embedded some things in my head about my mom, and that really made me shape this image, this perception of her, right? Because I think for me, either way, I didn't even give a shit. You know that song by Janae Aiko, um, While We Young? You know how she kept forgetting the dude every day? And that's me. Like, I was sitting in the house thinking about, especially the last situation that I was in. I'm like, this guy had to do something so disruptive to my nervous system for me to remember him. He knew subconsciously that I would forget him, and he would do things to try to make me remember him. And not only remember him, but to develop a feeling about him. So this feeling, and it's not always so much of them knowing what they're doing, right? But it's these entities and these energies that are coming for us that we don't often see. It's so crazy because yesterday I caught the bus somewhere and there was this lady, and I mean she was having a good old conversation, and everybody at first glance thought she was, you know, had some kind of headphones or something in, but no, she was having a whole fucking dialogue conversation with herself, laughing, joking. I mean, having a full blown conversation, and a lot of the people were just looking like, and I was like, well, she's developed a relationship with herself, right? You know how children, when they're younger, they're able to have these um, imaginary friends. And what she did was, she never allowed her imaginary friend to leave, or she, you know, befriended that entity that none of us can see. And sometimes, you know, we have to be mindful and even aware of the the entities and energies that we entertain, right? But back to what I was saying, I was having this epiphany where I had to release and forgive my mom because it wasn't her fault. And it's so crazy because the relationships I'm just noticing at this age that all of the relationships that I've endured, they come and they go. It's been so quick, so fast. And it's not no one's fault. It's just for me not to get attached to anything, right? Knowing how to detach, knowing how to remove myself from from these the nouns. 555, the people, the places, and the things. We have to be detached from these things, right? And I'm sitting there and I'm just like, I didn't know why the tears started pouring. But now I do. It's so crazy that now that I'm speaking about it, I understand why the tears started pouring. Because I was releasing that. Oh, remember when I started off, I said I felt a heaviness. That was the heaviness. Now it feels so light. I feel so light now that I'm able to talk about it, be authentic about it. Wow. I'm looking at these two ladies and they both have on black and white stripes. Both of them. The balance, right? So we're in this number 9 energy. And back to the numerology chart, I always tell y'all I'm in a number 2 cycle, a number 2 pinnacle cycle. And then I'm in a number 2 challenge cycle. But this number 2 challenge has been my life challenge. So balancing relationships is seeing the dual nature in relationships and the dual nature in masculine and feminine has always been a challenge for me. And it's like, wow, now I'm starting to really understand this for what it is because I'm able to see it from a higher perspective instead of seeing it from a judgmental perspective or seeing it for what society says it is because nothing is what it seems, right? And if we can remove our emotions and remove our feelings from certain things, wow, 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 wow. So for me, this is a huge challenge for me because not only is it a challenge, but it's a pinnacle. So it's like hot and cold, up and down, you know, black and white. It's just off and on with my relationships, with my emotions, with balancing. And I'm just understanding now, be water, flow, just flow. Stop trying to control every damn thing. I left that number 1 energy. That's why I went to the number 2. I choose to balance things out this life. I don't want control. I don't need to be the leader at every damn thing. How are you? I don't need to be the leader at everything. I'm already a leader. I don't have to make myself seen and known. I am seen. I am known. I see myself. It's so funny because all these years I thought that I needed to develop a relationship with others and bonds with others. But it was one relationship that I really needed to co-create. One relationship, and that's with myself, with Source. I am the only one that I never had a chance to know this life. That going within and getting to really know the inner me, and that is where I'm at. And it feels pretty awesome because I am such an amazing soul. You are such an amazing soul. We just never had a chance to get to know that individual, right? So, one of the reasons that I use astrology and numerology and cardology and these different devices is because it's how I get to know me. Some of us don't know how to reach down in ourselves and get to know ourselves. Some people call it demonic. Some people call it witchcraft. Some people call it the devil. Some people call it all. Look, if you don't know yourself, use the tools that are given to you. Okay? I am reminded daily that I am the most important thing in my life. Yes, I have children. Yes, I have a cat. Yes, I have siblings. I have this business, this baby that I'm birthing, right? However, the selfishness within me says, and I quote, you cannot take care of anything and anyone else until you're taken care of. And I'm okay with being selfish enough to love me, to balance me, to get to know me, to be able to take care of everything else around me. And sometimes we have to be selfish. It's okay, especially when we are just givers and don't know how to receive. Okay? So, with that being said, my beautiful, amazing souls, I just posted the video, I think it was yesterday, that this shift has begun. Whatever's whatever 2026 is bringing about, we are feeling it now. We are embodying it now. We are shifting into it now. We're in the end of October, and this is the shift. Brace yourself. We about to go up on a high. So if you haven't heard this today, I love you. I love me. I love us. I love we. Peace. Have an amazing shift.